It's Adele from Get Gorgeous. Fats do not make you fat. Cholesterol will not give you a heart attack. Scientists have been telling us this for ages, for years, for decades. Why don't we know this stuff? I was talking to a really lovely colleague of mine, Simon, over a Skype call this week. It was a business call, but he was eating his lunch. And me being nosy, me being of an inquisitive nature, wanted to know what he was having. Brown bread sandwich. I'm having a brown bread sandwich. How healthy is that? I said, ooh, let's have a little quiz. Let's discuss this. Brown bread, a tablespoon of sugar, Snickers bar, and a banana. Out of those four, which has the highest glycemic index? What is going to be converted in your body to glucose the quickest? Let's go through that again. Brown bread, a tablespoon of white sugar, could be brown, a Snickers bar, or a banana. Which one is going to send your insulin level through the roof? Brown bread is the highest, 71 glycemic index, whereas tablespoon of sugar is 68. Scientists, nutritionists have known this for 30 years, and yet we are still following the healthy heart diet. It's shocking. And when I was talking to Simon, he said, why don't I know this? It's out there. Scientists are telling us this all the time. The current health recommendations, the healthy heart diet, is all about 60% carbs. Then it goes on to 20% fat and 20% protein. That's your macros. Your ancestors, the live, working, active ancestors, Neolithical man, try and say that with a glass of wine, 75% fat. That was in their diet. 75%, 20% protein, and a very, very small amount of carbs. Native Americans back in 1905 were thriving on buffalo. Inuits live off fat and protein. Lean meat was thrown to the dogs. And yet we have had this culture for the last 50 years that is giving us more and more carbohydrates, where diabetes has gone through the roof. It's tripled in America from the years 1995 to 2010. It tripled. It's gone up by 50%. 50% in 42 American states, and in 18 American states it's gone 100%. Those figures are horrific. What has happened? During the war, World War II, and in the Depression in America, we were the healthiest we've ever been. Now, some researchers have argued, oh, well, that's because there was little red meat. Others have argued that the wheat was lower. We were significantly healthier, and it could be that we reduced our calories, total calories, but let's look at that picture rather than keep blaming fat. Why did this come about? Well, Nina Teicholz, who is an amazing scientific researcher, has said almost nothing we commonly believe about fat generally is incorrect. Saturated fat is not how we have understood it. And this is backed up by other researchers like Gary Tobes and our own wonderful homegrown nutritionist Trudy Deacon, and even professors in the University of College London, Yudkin, who brought out sugar was the killer, not fat. And yet this lipid myth, that's what scientists call it, lipid myth, this fat myth, still exists. Now, I know, I get it. In the 1990s, when a really close friend of mine, a paediatrician, told me that fruit juice was causing obesity in children, I was shocked. I was angry. I was really, really shocked. I was giving my only son apple juice, and I thought I was being a healthy mum. I thought I was one up on the OJ lot. I was apple juice. No. But why has that whole evidence not got through? It's because we keep getting told that healthy carbohydrates are the way forward, and yet things have changed dramatically. There was a Dutch doctor who noticed in World War II that celiac disease and death from celiac disease and schizophrenia, mental ailments, fell during World War II, during the shortages. And he continued his research for 20, 30 years and attributed it to wheat, the short dwarf wheat that we now eat now, not fats. Okay, so the message is getting through. Now, why did this all happen? Why has this all occurred? Well, it's all to do with the 1950s and President Eisenhower, who had 3 heart attacks whilst serving as a president, and the race was on to find out what was causing ill health and heart attacks. Ancel Keys, a hugely charismatic American chap, believed that it was fats. He did the 7-country study. It's world renowned. It has been picked to pieces now, but at the time it was the biggest thing since sliced bread, and the 7-country study ignored the fat countries, ignored the countries that eat a lot of fat, like France and Germany. Didn't fit, so we're going to ignore it. And the 7-country study looked at Japan and America. Now, Japan at the time, coronary artery disease was down at 10%, and they ate very little fat. And in America, there was 40% saturated fat in the diet, and coronary disease went through the roof. And that is why they believed fat gave you heart attacks. But there were so many other things. As I've just described, the Dutch doctor was looking at wheat. Yudkin in University College London was looking at sugar. There are so many other variables in this discussion, but it hasn't been explored. Not enough, not yet. Michael Mosley, he talks about it when he discussed in The Guardian recently about his dad. His dad was on the healthy heart diet. He had had a heart attack. He was worried about him, and he watched him. He watched him get fatter and fatter on a healthy heart diet, and that's why he's come up with the 5-2, and that's why he's looking at intermittent fasting and reducing calories. There are lots of different variables we just haven't discussed. Fat is incredibly important. Every single cell in your body is held together. It is made out of fat, okay? Without it, you just won't be able to support yourself. Antioxidants. Antioxidants are the heroes of the day. They are made in fat, and they mop up the free radicals. The free radicals, they're not some nice hippie, free thinking. No, free radicals are what comes from pollution, burnt toast, that kind of stuff. Antioxidants help clear it up. You are also going to have improved absorption of vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin K and vitamin D, which are only soluble for the body. They're only assimilated by the body in the presence of fat. You need fat. Other hormones, sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone, they need fat to produce properly. And if you're low on fat, you're not going to produce these hormones. And what does that link us to? Yes, the menopause. Menopause symptoms are going to be worse if you're on a low-fat diet. The neurons in your brain fire off with the help of fat. You need fat. So enjoy your fat. I've got lots more information I'll share with you, but for the moment, fat is okay and fat does not make you fat. I'll speak to you soon. This is Adele from Get Gorgeous.